Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm just going to talk about an analogy that came to my mind after the conversation that started from Maraji's post about feminism becoming a man-hate movement. Here it goes. Imagine a fire has been burning a particular group of people for generations. This fire was started and maintained by another group, and it has caused real physical, emotional, and generational harm. Everyone in the affected group has felt the heat in different ways, some severely, some less directly, but the fire has always been there. Over time, the fire isn't as big as it once was, but it hasn't completely gone out. It still burns, still causes damage, and still shapes how some people live. Now, the people who have been burned for so long finally start organizing. Some are calmly advocating for change, some are fighting loudly to put out the fire, and some, out of anger or exhaustion, openly resent the group that created and sustained the fire in the first place. Now, instead of focusing on the fire or the harm it caused, a handful of people from the burned group step forward and say things like, "Oh, not all the fire starters lit the match." Some of them even help put out small parts of the fire. Guys, remember, some of our own have been very mean or difficult too, so why don't we hate those ones instead? And honestly, when we talk about this fire all the time, we begin to sound like as if we are bitter. Now, when things like that are said, it misses the entire point. The fire is not about individual good or bad people. It's about a system that burned one group and protected another. Now, acknowledging that the fire isn't the same as accusing everyone of starting it, and the frustration or anger that comes from surviving that fire cannot be equated with the harm the fire itself caused. So when people reduce feminism to man hate, it's like ignoring the existence of the fire or ignoring the harm and centering the feelings of the people who were never burned and people that actually started and sustained the fire, instead of focusing on the people who are still burned and harmed by the fire. And then I probed this idea further that, okay, even if feminists hate men, even if the claim were true, what does it actually change for men? Nothing so far. Because personal feelings does not equate structural harm. Men are not losing rights, they are not losing their safety, income, or opportunities because some women are frustrated online. No man's life expectancy has dropped, no laws have changed against men. There is no system where feminist hatred translates into actual danger for men. Meanwhile, the data is still consistent. Men are overwhelmingly harmed by other men, not by women, not by feminists, not by angry, bitter feminists, and not by misandry, the most extreme form of feminism. So even if a few feminists did hate men personally, the impact is basically zero. It doesn't affect men's safety, it doesn't affect their power in society, it doesn't shape institutions, it doesn't change the world men live in. Misandry, that is the men-hating group, mostly exists online as venting or jokes or coping or calling out patterns. Meanwhile, misogyny exists as violence, policy, culture, and history. They are not equal in weight or in consequence. Like in any way, shape, or form, these are not equal issues. So we need to understand why some women feel anger. It is not the same as endorsing the hate, but just come from a place of understanding why that anger exists in the first place. It's simply acknowledging the context in which the anger exists. Women have lived through generations of harm, unequal treatment, and till now, safety concerns. These are frustrations that are rooted in experience, not domination, not unfounded. So when someone says, oh, feminists hate men, again, I will say, and so bloody what? And so what? Look at misogyny. Talk about the harm that actually exists, not some harm that you're imagining will happen in the nearest future. I don't even know. I don't even actually know what harm people refer to when they say, oh, young people are listening to this men-hating feminist online. Because I thought further that, what does a radical a woman look like? Like, what does it look like? When you think about, when you say, a woman is bad, she's a bad woman, she's misled, what does it look like? It's funny how society acts like the most radicalized thing a woman can do is simply make decisions for herself. Because a radical woman in the eyes of society is a woman that chooses to dress differently, to dress for herself instead of the male gaze, or she actually chooses to live the life she wants instead of the one society assigned to her. Oh, she will now dare and say she does not want to marry or have children. That is what the most radicalized woman look like. When a woman just lives a life for herself, they say, oh, she's radical, she's lost, she's misled, or she's anti-men. Meanwhile, the bar for men, it is so low that even when every other man harms women, it is not seen as radical at all. Men don't need extreme communities or ideologies to mistreat women. They don't need to be radicalized to be violent or dismissive or controlling or entitled. These behaviors are seen as, oh, men are just being men. And so just think about it. How is it that a woman choosing her own life is considered dangerous, but a man choosing to hurt women is considered, men being men? That contrast alone should tell you everything you need to know about the society we live in. So when you decide to shift the conversation from the misogynistic society that we live in, that is continually hurting and harming women from all socio-economic group, like the rich men are not safe, the poor women are not safe. You left that one, the problem that is at hand, you left that one. You shift the conversation to, oh, these women, they are not really fighting for feministic values, they hate men. What is the point? Like, who is that conversation serving? What is the point of that? How is the reaction to oppression more important than the oppression that is still going on? Anyways, I just needed to, get that off my chest. I really needed to. Anyways, the vlog you've been seeing is just a day in my life. It is day 6 of Vlogmas, and I literally just dilly-dallied the entire day. I think I was looking for boots at Winners. I tried some, but I was not really in love with any of them, so I did not buy anything. I got my puzzle for Christmas. My last day of work is on the 19th, so I'm going to start doing my Christmas puzzle. I really love puzzle, and I'm trying to stay off screen as much as possible. And this was just the evening watching Nollywood on YouTube. This was a Christmas Bride or something like that. It was Timini and Bam Bam. It was okay. And my dinner, this is my favorite winter dinner currently. Hot amala and okra soup and very delicious stew, and I'm using goat meat. It was very delicious. You should try this. This really hits the spot. Thanks for watching my vlog. Please comment and like and subscribe. Toodles!